And that is the new courthouse. So I just thought I would see if there's anybody out there that wants to take a little tour of Sonoma County Courthouse. And I'm going to leave this up. I'm following the process server up in Sonoma County, and we just did a service on the county council here. And I watched the supervisor meeting. I met a very nice document shredding guy. But my favorite so far was this law library. And inside the law library, they had some fun things for people who used to cover the courts the old-fashioned way with paper and typewriters. And today, I got to go inside the law library. I'm not going to do it right now because more people came in. And I was looking for a book. The book that I was looking for is called the California Code of Judicial Ethics. And the book is about judges, and it's really the judge laws in California. So they had it. They're one of the few law libraries that have it. This county doesn't have a lot of money. It's the courthouses really should be condemned how bad it is. This is the new courthouse in Sonoma County. They're going to consolidate two courthouses, but it does look a little bit like overkill considering what they had and where they're going. And sometimes we're just building these big fancy courthouses and they lock more people out. So right now I'm walking over to the sheriff's department. So here's what I am up here for. I'm up here because the county counsel, Robert Pittman, who is in one of my videos, I have the body cam for it, he did a citizen's arrest on a process server. The process server told him the law. He had hired him in the past, and the county council knew that when you do a citizen's arrest, you're free to do that if the cops aren't doing it, but you take responsibility if it's a false arrest. You then become liable in a lawsuit. So today we watched that lawsuit being filed at the county council. Service was very easy. Mr. King came out, and so this is the building of the new courthouse. Hi, Johnny Bravo. Nice to see you here. This is Sonoma County. And so I am headed over to the sheriff's department now. Oh, I just went to the law library and I found a book on the judicial ethics. I started out with that. And, you know, a lot of times when you watch my YouTube channel, we're looking at all the people that are public employees not doing their job, kind of wasting our money, attitudes, waiting for their pension. But in that law library, they are the nicest people you will ever meet. If you ever have to do a lawsuit on your own or just need help with some of your legal information and you want to go look up and do some research, that's what law libraries are for. And every county has a law library. You can find things about civil lawsuits, family lawsuits. Let's see, I'm supposed to be looking for a tower. And so it was really fun to see those law librarians. I was looking for a book on judicial ethics. And judicial ethics, as most of you know, judges, you think cops have immunity. Well, judges have even more immunity. They have absolute, not quasi. They have absolute immunity. You can never sue a judge for monetary damages. You can file a lawsuit, but it's going to get thrown out. And people, when they get mad at judges, they think they can sue them, and they just can't. No judge is going to let your lawsuit get passed. They have absolute immunity. The only thing you can sue a judge for is injunctive relief, meaning you're going to ask that their orders be vacated if they're unconstitutional, and you need to take that to federal court. Or if a judge does something outside of their judicial capacity, and that's even a big stretch. You have to find a judge doing something horrible at home, unliving somebody or something to be able to sue a judge. And so the law library, for everything else except suing judges, is very, very helpful. And they had a book of the judicial ethics that was written by David Rothman, who used to be, I wrote an article about him, and he used to be a judge in Santa Clara, in LA Superior Court. And he wrote the book for what judges are supposed to do when they're on the bench, how they're supposed to behave. And it's a book that it seems like most judges aren't reading these days. And so I'm out here in Sonoma. I just recorded the County Counsel Robert Pittman being served. I went into the supervisor's meeting. I recorded that. I went to the courthouse, the old one. This is the new one. And this is a very small county in Northern California, so it's always interesting to me to not be in LA or Orange County or Santa Clara, but to look at how the courts, the police, and the lawyers operate in smaller communities because it's easier to see. We got the law library right here. This is going to be the new courthouse. Down around here is the county supervisors. That's the elected officials that kind of run the county government. And so you have all branches of government here. You have the courts, which bothers me a little bit, and I've seen this in Ventura, where the courts, the district attorney's office is inside the courthouse, and the district attorney is executive branch, and they're in charge of prosecuting cases. And even though they are in the courthouse a lot, they're really more aligned with sheriffs, and they shouldn't really be in courthouses. I like when they keep those a little more separate. But you can see all this. This is county government in action. We have the legislative branch as your supervisors. The executive branch, that's district attorney and law enforcement. And I thought the sheriff's department was somewhere over there, but I don't see it. So I'm going to go off live so I don't look crazy walking around. And that is the new courthouse. And this is the law library where all the pro-pers and a lot of lawyers will go to do their research. And I'm going to see if I can see in the window because they had an old-fashioned typewriter there with a cute little note on it. I'll do a post in my community post of it later today. But the law library is a terrific resource. And for anybody who is involved in a lawsuit, there's the little stand with the typewriter on it. But if you've ever been involved in a lawsuit and you've needed to look things up, these law libraries are publicly funded. They're different than public libraries. The librarians are just the most helpful people you can ever imagine. And this is a very good resource. It is in every single county. And so this one actually had the Book of Judicial Ethics, which I haven't seen in larger counties. So there you go. That's the new Sonoma County Courthouse that's going up. And when you see my video later, you'll see that they really need that courthouse. Maybe not as big. And that's the supervisors meeting where I was earlier. County Counsel is in that building. And I want to talk a little bit about County Counsel because County Counsel has really been on our radar lately. I haven't posted my video of those serves yet, but County Counsel is they're the government attorneys that defend police officers in misconduct cases. They defend public employees. They defend the laws and the regulations and Brown Act violations and anything that people might complain about. And we're finding more and more, and it was surprising to me that these county attorneys, they have Ring cameras on, and to get into the supervisors' meetings, you need to pass through security. And it seemed like overkill to me. It seemed like a lot of protection in a county that doesn't have very much money. And we don't have those same conditions in big counties like Santa Clara. I don't know if they have it in Orange. But if you guys aren't participating in your public meetings where the county council, the elected supervisors are, the sheriff, the district attorney, usually all those people are participating in public meetings. And in a place like Sonoma, we can see it all. It's right here. There's county council and the supervisors are over there. There's the courthouses. The sheriff is back over here. The law library is to help everybody with education. So I just wanted to shoot this. I'm out doing a lot of work in Sonoma today. I'll have more videos later. But I just wanted to give a snapshot of what it looks like in Sonoma County. And I wanted to give a shout out to these law librarians because they really are treasures. And we talk a lot about the people who behave badly in our government, but law librarians are always, I've never found a bad law librarian. And these are really helpful individuals. They're passionate about their work. They enjoyed listening about the Rothman judge handbook. We were talking about judicial ethics and resources for attorneys and for people who have to represent themselves. And they're just a really good resource. So if you guys ever file a lawsuit, remember the rules. First of all, stay out of court. Second of all, you can't sue a judge. And thirdly, if you don't have a lawyer, you don't have money to hire a lawyer, you're going to need to know where your local law library is. So I'm going to read your comments for a minute. Whoever said psychological warfare, I hope you're talking about county counsel, because I have to tell you that these county government attorneys, and you'll notice in my community post, I recently did one that was connected to when Mark the Process Server was serving all of these attorneys, how much these people are making. And in Santa Clara County, they are making $400,000 to $600,000 for a government attorney who is basically working against the residents and the voters who put them in. They are defending lawsuits for police who have engaged. So sorry, I got a phone call, but I just wanted to show you guys this because next time I come back to Sonoma County, it's probably going to look a lot different. That courthouse will be finished. And their workers are really in terrible conditions. The buildings smell like mold. There's cobwebs everywhere. It doesn't look like it's been cleaned on the outside. Paint's peeling. And that's the courthouses in Sonoma County. And Robert Pittman just got served with a lawsuit today because he is being sued for doing a citizen's arrest on our process server. So that'll be my video. That'll be up on Friday. And I just wanted to show a little bit of my work and what I was doing today and take you to Sonoma County for the afternoon. So thanks everybody. 194 people stopped in. I appreciate it. Hope you got a little lesson in county government. There is the executive and legislative branch, the courts, the law library, and the police are supposed to be somewhere back over there. I'm going to go over to the sheriff's, but I'm going to get regular video of that. So thanks you guys for being in here. I always appreciate that you pop in because sometime I might go live when I'm in trouble and I need all of you here. Johnny Bravo, thank you for being here. And Friday is serving the county council with a lawsuit after he did a citizen's arrest on Mark the Process Server who was doing his job. Okay, thanks you guys. Have a good rest of your day. It's only Tuesday. We got a long way to go to Friday.